The Daily Wisdom Podcast, Episode 19, Money Moves, Awakening Your Billionaire Citizen. Good day, my friend. I am Montague. Take a slow breath in and let it out gently. Today, we are not rushing. Today, we are remembering who we are becoming. Because sometimes the greatest breakthroughs do not come from doing more, but from seeing differently. Have you ever noticed that most people want ownership, but few want stewardship? We want the harvest, but we resist the discipline of tending the soil. We want the building, but not the daily laying of bricks. We want wealth, influence, impact, but we overlook the quiet habits that make us trustworthy with those things. Money Moves, Awakening Your Billionaire Citizen was born from a simple but transformative realization. Before we can collectively own anything of significance, businesses, institutions, land, legacy, we must first learn to manage what is already in our hands. Ownership without stewardship collapses under its own weight, but stewardship multiplies. Scripture whispers this principle with unmistakable clarity. Whoever is faithful in little will also be faithful in much. The kingdom pattern is not sudden elevation without preparation. It is trust built layer upon layer, decision upon decision, dollar upon dollar, day upon day. Not glamorous, not flashy, but unstoppable. Think of the farmer. No one applauds when he prepares the ground. No headlines when he plants the seed. No viral moment when he waters in the early morning while the world sleeps. Yet harvest season never arrives by accident. It comes to the one who honored the process when no one was watching. In the vision of the West Philadelphia Billionaire Society, WPBS, we are not merely talking about getting rich as individuals. We are talking about awakening a community of owners, 1 million everyday people making disciplined, intentional moves that compound into extraordinary collective power. But here is the truth that unlocks it all. Ownership is not a status, it is a skill. And stewardship is the training ground. Stewardship is how you treat $1 before you have $1 million. Stewardship is how you honor time before you command schedules. Stewardship is how you lead your own life before you lead institutions. It is not about scarcity. It is about alignment. Not about deprivation, but about direction. Some people say, when I have more, then I will manage better. But history, experience, and wisdom all testify to the opposite. You don't manage better because you have more. You are given more because you learn to manage well. Imagine if an entire generation embraced that mindset. Imagine neighborhoods where people no longer see themselves only as consumers, employees, or spectators, but as builders, stakeholders, and stewards of a shared future. Imagine children growing up not just dreaming of jobs, but understanding ownership as normal, attainable, inevitable. That is not fantasy. That is design. That is awakening. Your inner billionaire citizen is not defined by what sits in your bank account today. It is defined by your capacity to think long-term, to act responsibly, to multiply what is entrusted to you, and to see yourself as a custodian of something larger than personal comfort. True wealth begins as a way of seeing, then becomes a way of living, and finally manifests as a way of building. Perhaps, as you listen, you can gently ask yourself, what is already in my hands that I could steward more intentionally? My time, my health, my knowledge, my relationships, my finances, my influence, because transformation rarely begins with acquiring something new. It begins with honoring what is already present. Money Moves, Awakening Your Billionaire Citizen is not just a book. It is an invitation, an awakening, a blueprint for shifting from survival thinking to ownership thinking, from short-term reaction to long-term construction, from isolated success to collective prosperity. And very soon, it will be available at mx3motivationalbooks.com and wherever fine books are sold. Until then, remember this. You are not waiting for permission to build a meaningful life. You are already holding the tools. Steward them well, and doors you never imagined will begin to open, not by force, but by fitness. Let's close with a brief blessing. May your hands become faithful with what they hold today. May wisdom guide your decisions, discipline anchor your habits, and vision enlarge your expectations. May you discover that you are not merely surviving this world, but preparing to shape it. And may peace, clarity, and purposeful courage walk with you every step of the journey. This is Montague reminding you, every day in every way, let's get a little better. Visit mx3motivationalbooks.com and prepare to make your next move your wisest one yet. Every day, in every way, we are getting better.